In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make slick ponytail having this heart shape at the back. Now, the first thing you want to do is get your center parting. Once you get the center parting, then depending on how deep you want the parting to be, that is how you're gonna start creating the heart shape at the back. Now you have to pay detailed attention to what I'm doing. Now when you're creating the heart shape, make sure the both sides are equal, and you can go in with your transparent gel or any gel you're working with, then use it to define the lines, after which make sure you keep doing the heart until you get it. So immediately you get it, you start the whole process of the slick ponytail procedure. Now if you have been watching my videos, you will know that I always do my slick ponytail in sections. So like what I'm doing now, I'm taking them section by section and I'm applying the gel using my tail comb and also a brush to brush it down so that it will be very flat. Now you have to do this, like I said, section by section, like what I'm doing now, and make sure everything is laying flat as possible, especially if you're working on the water-based gel, like you're using a water-based gel to work. You have to be extremely careful because the hair is gonna be very silky. Now before I start styling the front, I will have to work on the back side, like what I'm doing here. Then I'll proceed to the front part. Now when doing this particular hairstyle, make sure your client's hair is properly relaxed, because that is how you're gonna get a flawless heart shape slick ponytail. So this hairstyle is like 3-in-1 hairstyle. There is heart shape at the back. There is this center parting going backwards, and there is the part where you do the baby hair and the rest of the dramas. Unless you don't want to do those dramas, those edges, then you just do your heart shape at the back, then you brush the rest of the hair backward from the center parting. Done the other part of camera, so I'm just showing you how you're gonna do this other part. You see how patient I am while I'm combing this hair, how patient I am while I'm brushing the hair backwards. That is how patient you should be when you're creating this particular one, this particular hairstyle. That's how patient you should be. Because if you are not patient, every little mistake you have to lose everything and start all over again. Because I'm using a water-based gel and her hair is very relaxed, so obviously it's gonna be very silky, and you would not want to do and redo or start losing and redoing it back. I'll need you to go on with this video and pay detailed attention to what I'm doing in this video. Now the main purpose of me making this video is to show you how I made the heart shape at the back and how I created that other parts from the center parting. Now for these edges, you can always do whatever that floats your boat. You can choose to be innovative like create your own style, or if you don't want the edges, like I said before, you don't need to add it to the hair. You just do it whatever way that floats your boat. So I'm not gonna really show you much about the edges. I'm just showing you what I did at the very beginning. Then here I'm already done with the styling. So this is what it looks like. I'll have to dry the hair and mat it off camera. Now this part is the other part that is very important. After wrapping, you use your needle and thread to sew down just to secure it so it won't loosen out. Now I'm using this rosemary kinky, and based on how the kinky was made, there was no extra band holding it like what you're seeing here. So I just have to attach a rubber band or any band you have available. You can use that, and I will just do the DIY method and attach it to the hair because I don't want to spoke it. Like what I'm doing, I just pay detailed attention to what I'm doing. Now, like I said, I don't want to spoke it and I don't want it to fall out. So I will just use my thread to secure it for extra hold, like what I'm doing, as you can see. Now, I know a lot of persons will be feeling, with all the tying and all those drama, won't it be painful? Now, when you're doing this, make sure not to tie so tight and always communicate with whoever you're making the person's hair, or if you're doing it on your own head, make sure it is not so tight that it will not be painful. You get? So the next thing I need to do is remove all these ribbons because this part is very important. Now, after removing the ribbons, you have to spread out the kinky so it could rise a bit. And after that, you all as one. Now, this method I'm showing you, it is very fast and always comes out very beautiful. You don't have to do so much, and it's gonna come out so beautiful. Now, after this, I will have to use my needle and thread. Now I'm using the back side where the needle is not attached, and I will just wrap it around like what I'm doing now. Now the reason why I am doing it this way is because after wrapping it or securing that knot there, I'll be using the part where the needle is to sew down. So all you have to do is bend the remaining one and fold it inside the kinky, like what I'm doing right now. And once you do that, make sure you check from the left side to the right side, the up and the down, to make sure everything is properly placed and no side is bigger than any. Then the next thing you do is just use your needle and thread to sew on the hair that you wrapped before, like what I'm doing now. Now, for the sake of this video, I had to bend down so you can see what I'm doing, because if I should bend the client's head, you might not see what I'm doing anymore. So you just go ahead and sew it to the hair that you matted at the first time, and this is just for extra hold so the hair won't fall off or look loosen during the process. Now the next thing I have to do is start arranging the hair like what I'm doing now. So if you don't want to use the thread and needle method, you can use pin to secure the rest parts. But I told you guys that whatever video I'm making, I'm not doing a video of or or making a hair that would not last the person. Whatever I'm making it for it to last longer, not for short term use. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew round like what I did, and after that I will now start arranging the hair for it to have a uniform and smooth look, like what I'm doing. Now you're gonna take your time to do all this because you wouldn't want your work to not be looking flawless like mine. So this is what the hair looks like. It's so beautiful. I know, right? Now the next thing we have to do is use concealer to define the lines. Now this part is actually not compulsory. It is optional that if you don't want to use it, it's fine. But this is just to just define the lines, to make the lines more prominent. Like when you do a frontal installation that you use your concealer to define lines. Yeah, this is what I'm just doing. So if the lines are very clear and it doesn't need the concealer, you don't have to add it to it. Because some persons will like, concealer on the hair. Yeah. So that is what I'm doing now. Now make sure to use a little and not so much. Like what I'm doing. If you notice, when I'm adding the concealer, it makes the lines more prominent and beautiful. Yeah, I'm trying to give you as detailed video as possible so that as you're washing it, you get everything. So this part you have to either not use this method or you skip. I'm gonna be using this above or a sheen for extra shine. So depending on your region or wherever you are, use whatever that is available. You're gonna attach a little from it and keep your spray some centimeters away from the head. Then you have to maybe rub it down or whatever, clean the excesses, and that this is the finished look. Now this my beautiful bride, she saw a video of this hair I made on another bride and decided to recreate it, and I decided to shoot this video so I can share how the hair is made. So this is the finished look. Do you also like this video? Drop your thoughts on the comment section and subscribe to this channel. Love you guys. See you in my next video. Bye.